This is Charleston's retirement coach, Brandon Bowen.
And I'm Heather Branch here asking Brandon for his insight on ways you can better prepare for your financial future. BowenWealth.com is where you can go to start the conversation with Brandon about your own customized retirement plan. We also have links posted in the show notes, or again, find us anytime at BowenWealth.com. As we are now officially in the full throes of the season that you and I argue about year in, year out. Your favorite time of year, summer. My tolerated time of year, the sweaty mess that is summer in the South.
Well, it's got to be beside a pool or the ocean or something. That's the
thing.
That's the trick.
That's right. And my husband and I recently moved into a new neighborhood where we do have a pool, and I do have a very different perspective. Like on Friday when leaving work, and I'm like, oh, man, it's so hot. I mean, record-breaking temperatures happening recently.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, I was like, wait. We've got a pool. I literally called Kyle. I was like, get the cooler. I will be there in 10 minutes. Have your swimsuit on. And it was great. Last weekend we did this. We went to the pool on Friday afternoon. I was just like, this is it.
Yeah. So you can't tell it's your dripping sweat. It's actually from the pool, right? I mean, you're just...
See?
That's what you do.
It's all about perspective.
Yep.
It's all about perspective. So another thing that's happening this time of year, of course, the celebration of our country's birthday. 4th of July. Do you have any big traditions that because there's lots of family that comes in and out of your house. It feels like season to season.
No, not anything big, which I'm really loving. You know, it's lighting light the smoker. I just want to smell the smoke. You know, like there's something cooking, maybe some ribs or whatever.
Yes.
And it just stays warm for about 5 straight days. You know,
love it.
So doing that, pool. I joined the boat club, one of the boat clubs around town here. Yeah, so
nice.
You know, you can probably find me out there trying not to run aground somewhere. But
don't ask. Actually, if you meet Brandon in person, ask him about that time he ran the boat aground. We don't have. That's a whole other radio program. We don't have time for that today.
Yep. Moving on.
All right, let's talk about the stuff that you have had much more success rate with. The whole idea of the financial independence. That's what I wanted to talk to you about because again, we do hear the word independence a lot this time of year. Observing Independence Day. Happy 4th of July to those who are getting ready to celebrate. But what we also talk about here on this radio program all year long, Brandon, is the idea of financial independence and the goals that we have to achieve financial independence. I think that really that's what a lot of us think about retirement, right? Like we no longer have to think of the work life, whether you're working for corporate or you're working for yourself, you're a business owner. You want to not have to be tethered to that anymore. You want to be able to support yourself. That's the financial independence. But is financial independence really the same thing as retirement? And if not, what's the difference? How do you help bridge the gap?
Yeah, those are two things. Because people can be retired and have no financial independence.
Right.
And not feel financial independence. And just like, we were talking about our nation, just like those early settlers and even 250 years ago, right? We had a new land, but were we independent? We were not initially, right? So, and that's why I love Boston so much. I've been going up there a bunch, and I think why I love the musical Hamilton, right?
I watch that every 4th of July. I'm so glad you brought that up. It's like, how everybody has a Christmas movie tradition, which I do too, but I have a 4th of July tradition. I watch Hamilton on Disney Plus. Yep.
Yes. It's like, you just get so nationalistic and you're like
patriotic.
Yes, patriotic. You love the
America,
bold moves.
USA.
It's like, why can't we all just be on the same team again?
I know.
Anyway, so thinking of them, that there was a difference there. We were in that new land, but we wanted to be independent and out from that rule. And so let me tell you a story, quickly get into a story here of some people that I met, came in for an appointment, and they did not have financial independence.
Really? Okay.
So they were retired.
Okay.
But not independent. Okay. They had about 1.5 million saved.
Okay. Well,
so far so good, right?
Yep.
But they said, Brandon, when we've got 2 Social Security checks coming in, and when we want to pull some money from our portfolio, even like $10,000, it is a straight up argument with our advisor.
Really?
And I'm like, wait a second.
Like
it's your money.
I'm saying that for them. Like, really?
Yes. It's like, come on, dude, can't you?
Right.
Like it's not your money. It's their money.
That's right.
It's that they've worked so hard. Why do you hold on tight to their money so much? And, you can fill in the blank. I'm sure of why people might think that he didn't want them to pull out any money. And so they came to me for a second opinion. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys have done the hard work. Let me show you a second opinion here on your income plan, right?
Okay.
And some of you, listening right now, you might be in disbelief thinking, okay, that's crazy, right? That how do they not have that independence? And I would maybe even push back saying maybe you listening are the same way and you might be controlled by your job still. Okay.
Yep.
You might still be working and giving these great best years that you guys have left. You're giving that to your employer, right? You're not living in that freedom that we're talking about, that financial independence, because your job provides consistent, steady income to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the piece. It's consistent, steady income. That is the piece that we're missing. And that opens the door to financial independence. Okay.
Yeah.
So if this is you and okay, that's me, I don't have that financial independence, let me encourage you to give us a call or a text to 843-890-2400. Pick up the phone and we'll give you a second opinion on your income right now. But like I was saying, in contrast, financial independence, that is based on you having sufficient residual income. Okay.
Yep.
And I like to say without even having to lift a finger.
Yeah.
It's like all you have to do is wake up, okay? It doesn't depend on the stock market staying high, right? That volatility that we know we're going to continue to have from Wall Street, that doesn't determine your retirement success, okay? That is financial independence. So now let me tell you about a much better situation, some hopeful clients. They came in this past week and I sat down and I was just leaning back in my chair, just listening to their setup here. So let me explain it to you. So they're retired from Somerville and they have financial independence. They've got passive income from properties, rental properties totaling $200,000 a year.
That's just coming in off the properties they rent out?
Just the properties, okay?
Wow. Good for them.
So just the properties are bringing in $200,000. They have Social Security income of $60,000. Both of their checks there, so that's coming in, and then they have an annuity bringing in $40,000. Okay.
Wow.
So total all that up, that's $300,000 coming in every year just for waking up. Okay.
Wow.
Now, I'm not even talking about the $2 million they have of investable assets that they have in the market. Okay. That doesn't even affect their income that's coming in. How low stress does that sound?
That to me sounds like that is the top of Kilimanjaro. That is the peak of the mountain. That is what we all aim for.
Yeah.
But can we truly all get there? Like how? And there's different ways. That's the goal for them, and maybe that's not quite the goal for all. Somebody might be listening to you and saying, "I don't need all of that, but I would love to feel as good as they feel."
Yes. And we know that they feel great because of that income coming in.
Yeah.
They even said, sometimes if we don't have anything to do, we will ride down to Hilton Head and have lunch and shop a little bit and come back. They said he actually said they like listening to our podcast on that drive.
I love that.
It was great.
Okay.
So maybe they'll hear this story.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they have that independence, they're like, gosh, we don't really, need to do anything to bring in money. all this stuff is coming in, whether, we just have to wake up. Okay. So, but yes, you might be thinking, well, of course, they've got, $300,000 coming in of income. They got $2 million in the bank, in the market. I would feel fine too. Okay. So let me tell you about another, one last story here. So the common denominator with this story is that financial independence. Okay. Because these guys they're a retired couple from Mount Pleasant and they had saved $750,000.
Okay. Yeah.
So they had saved $750,000 and they have about $100,000 coming in.
Okay.
Each year. So that might be, maybe your situation here. You listening is like, okay, well, I've got saved. In this couple here, they've got $100,000 And their expenses are very low. They're debt free. They've paid off everything, even their house, right? So this is just money for expenses.
Got it.
Just for, some utilities, things like that. But a lot of that goes to travel and out to eat and vacations with the kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
And like I keep saying, is the common denominator with all of these stories is that financial independence from the income that's coming in. And it's really, if you know, no matter what, that you're going to be okay, I would say that's financial independence.
Yeah.
Right. And Heather, isn't that what we all want? We all just want to know, are we going to be okay?
Yep.
Is our money going to last? We're not trying to be the richest person.
Right.
Around town here. We just want to know, okay, are we going to be okay?
I just want to feel as good as these people you're describing. That might be 100,000 for one person. That might be 300,000 for the next person. But they have that same "I feel okay" perspective.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to adjust our expenses and our lifestyle to what we have coming in, but we just want to make sure that we're not going to be destitute.
Yep.
And not run out of money because of the next market crash.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And if you don't have this financial independence and you're watching Fox Business and CNBC all the time, but because you're so concerned about, okay, is the market starting to turn and do I need to, get my money out and things like that? Should I buy gold? I hear those questions all the time, a lot of fear, right? But you don't get those questions when you've got a consistent, steady income stream coming in.
Yep.
It's almost like your portfolio turns into your employer. Okay.
Yep.
You retire from your old employer and you start, with a new employment agreement with your portfolio. Okay. And a lot of times your money, though, it's been set up and positioned for growth that has volatility right there with it. And so that's the big change that we have to make. We've got to take a look at, okay, with this pile of money that you have saved, how do we reposition it for an income plan? Okay. Income is the foundation to a successful retirement. And so that income, I like to make it where it's a little bit of surplus income.
Okay.
Right. If you might need $7,000 a month, well, I like to start it off at about $8,000. Okay. Just so you've got a little bit extra building up in the checking and savings account. That can be kind of some vacation funds, an emergency fund, all that good stuff. So we've got to have it increase to help fight inflation as well. And maybe for unforeseen emergencies. So that's what I want to do for you. I want to give you that second opinion on your income plan. So if you're within maybe 5 years of retirement, it's time. Right. It is time to have this second opinion. So if you're within 5 years
or can I jump in? Or as you were talking about that first couple that came to you, they did not have financial independence and were already retired. If you were feeling like you don't have the independence, because you don't have that income plan.
Yeah. So if you've already retired and you're just like, my gosh, you feel like you're trying to hold it on the road here.
Yeah, even more so important.
Yeah, then it's more urgent. Yeah. So if this sounds like you and you know that you need this second opinion on your income plan because you don't have this financial independence we're talking about, let me encourage you to head on over to bowenwealth.com and click on the contact tab so we can begin a conversation with you right now.
Thanks for listening to Charleston's Retirement Coach Podcast with Brandon Bowen. To learn more, visit bowenwealth.com and join Brandon for his radio show, Charleston's Retirement Coach, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 94.3 WSC.
Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if J. Brandon Bowen is licensed in your state, please call 843-203-2030. J. Brandon Bowen is an investment advisor representative of Bowen Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. J. Brandon Bowen is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Bowen Wealth, LLC, insurance licensed in South Carolina. Market Guard is a registered investment advisor with the SEC and provides model portfolios only to Impact Partnership Wealth. Market Guard makes no implied warranties or representations and is not liable for any data presented.